This is Travis MCP, and you're watching Glenn's Retro Show on YouTube. Game on!
Hi everybody, thank you for joining me on today's quick little edition of Glenn's Retro Show. I want to talk about a new Kickstarter project by a buddy of mine, Millie, who's doing on the ColecoVision. Now, one of the games I loved back in the early days of video games was 1980's Crazy Climber. It was released in the US by Taito Corporation, but here's the original name of the corporation, Nibutsu, whatever. Whatever the name of that company is, never could pronounce it. But Crazy Climber is definitely one of my favorite games from that era. What's kind of interesting about it is it had two joysticks, kind of like Robotron 2084, but each joystick controlled an arm of your climber, and basically all you were doing was climbing up a building, and people were trying to stop you by throwing pots down, or girders falling on you, or King Kong being up there trying to knock you off, or electrical outlets, birds pooping and peeing on you. It's just a crazy game, but it was a really, really fun game. Now, back in the early days of the consoles, there never really was any official ports of it back in the early days. Now, if you were part of the Atari Club, you could get a version of Crazy Climber for the Atari 2600, although it was just a single joystick. It wasn't really the same type of game using two joysticks. Later on down the road, the Bally Astrocade had a very good port for it, but it was more or less a homebrew. It wasn't, again, an official port. Now, when the NES came along, there was versions of Crazy Climber, pretty good versions for that, and the Nintendo Wii came out and had a good version on that as well. But one of the great consoles back in the early 80s was the ColecoVision, and that's what we're coming into now with Millie and his Kickstarter project. He's actually making a version of Crazy Climber for the ColecoVision, and he has different pledge levels. One level where it'll simply be an electronic copy you can play in emulators, one where you get that with an official ROM cartridge, and even a pledge level we can put a logo somewhere on the climbing tower. So I think he's already reached his goal. He's looking for $3,000. He's already blown past that goal. But I want to try and make more aware to people out there who may want to get this game for the ColecoVision. The ColecoVision still has a very good following. There are a lot of companies still making products and game ROMs for it, including really enhanced games that take it well beyond what the original machine was able to do. But in any case, if you're interested in Crazy Climber or supporting Millie on his project, I'll put a link down below to his Kickstarter project. And I want to thank you all for watching, and hopefully you support this really fun game, because it is a fun game. And Millie, I really want to thank you for making a game I always loved on a machine that I love as well. So thank you for joining us. Quick little version of Glenn's Retro Show. Please, if you like the video, please like, share, subscribe. Definitely tell your friends about the Kickstarter project. And remember, no matter what you do or how you do it, game on, everyone.
at the Tiny Arcade fan page. Remember, don't admire people too much. They'll disappoint you.
Sit, Blue Blue, sit. Good dog.